Well, hello again and welcome to Spurgos' Thought for Your Week. And we continue our series on the book of Psalms, looking at Psalms chapter 26. And my thought for your week is simply this: trust in God's love and live by his truth. So the word integrity probably best sums up this psalm. And I want to concentrate just on the first three verses. But if you read the whole psalm, you'll see that it's very much a self-examination by David, and the theme of integrity is throughout the psalm. So in Psalms chapter 26 and verse 1, it reads, "Declare me innocent, O Lord, for I have acted with integrity. I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Put me on trial, Lord, and cross-examine me. Test my motives and my heart. For I am always aware of your unfailing love, and I have lived according to your truth." The definition of integrity essentially is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. But having integrity means you are true to yourself, that you're not going to do something that demeans or dishonors yourself. We talk about it in engineering terms. If a structure has integrity, then it has an inner strength. It is being built well. It has the strength to endure many different situations and tensions and stresses. Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 9 says, "People with integrity walk safely, but those who follow crooked paths will be exposed." Well, it's never easy, is it, to be cross-examined? It's never an easy thing to look at our own hearts with objectivity. Nor is it easy to make ourselves vulnerable to other people and accountable to others. And when it comes to God, allowing ourselves to come under his holy gaze with humility and honesty, well, it can be very hard sometimes. But King David describes his own willingness to be cross-examined by God. Because honesty and integrity doesn't mean that we're always perfect or that we're always right. But it does mean that there is a genuineness, there is an honesty and humility and fundamental teachability to change. King David identified two key points that are the focus of my thoughts for your week. He's not afraid to be examined by God because he says that he knows God loves him with an unfailing love, and that he has placed his trust in the truthfulness of God and his word. So Psalms 26 verse 2 to 3, let's remind ourselves. "Put me on trial, Lord, and cross-examine me. Test my motives and my heart, for I am always aware of your unfailing love, and I have lived according to your truth." So we know that David was far from being a perfect man, but he was a man who, when confronted by God, even when he was confronted with his own mistakes and errors, he responded with humility. He was identified as a man whose heart was for God. He never doubted in God's love for him and in God's truth. And it was this assurance that enabled David to submit himself, even in the darkest moments of his life, to God's examination. In 1 John 4 and verse 18, it says, "Such love has no fear, because perfect love expels all fear. If we are afraid, it is for fear of punishment, and this shows that we have not fully experienced his perfect love." So we need to have a confidence in God's love, his unfailing love toward us. For that means then that we don't have to hide from him. We don't have to lie to God. We don't have to run away from his gaze. But indeed, we can trust him, that we can be honest and humble and teachable, we can actually make ourselves vulnerable to God, because He is worthy of that trust. So to trust in God's love and to live by His truth is the first step to living a life of integrity and honesty with God. And that is my thought for your week. Don't be afraid. Don't hide from Him. But when the Lord looks upon us, let's come before Him with a sincerity of heart, because that's the beginning of integrity. That's the beginning when we allow the Lord to shape and mould and highlight those things in our lives that we can change and build upon His truth, because that's the way of blessing. So may the Lord bless you this week, and until next time, God bless.